And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
Along with the big Aristotle, Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the San Antonio Spurs. For San Antonio, they won their last matchup, that game against Portland. That game a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. There are so many great coaches in the league right now. I mean, you can just add them up and make a list of guys who should be or have been Coach of the Year. Rick Carlisle's one of them.
It's a shame, Ernie. This guy will never really be mentioned as an elite guy, even though, in my opinion, I think he is. You know why, Ernie? He just wins, doesn't mind being overlooked, just all about getting the job done.
Coach of the Year in 2002. Now let's get it down to Kevin Harlan.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. The Mavericks hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. Well, they're certainly excited about this one. And they'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. Two top caliber teams face it off. On the hardwood to do battle.
And as far as the regular season goes, Kevin, this is as good as it gets. The definition of a rivalry, a game between these two teams is always special.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I mean, we've seen so many great contests between them in the past that it's impossible not to be amped up. Can't you tell?
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Spurs. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Duncan is out there with Matt Bonner. And it's Parker in at the one. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Leonard. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Leonard's got the first points up on the board for the Spurs.
Well, if you saw the Mavs play here in Dallas last year, you were in for a show. I mean, they were explosive offensively.
Perea, the pass to Nowitzki. Good, and it's Perea who picks up the assist.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Dallas on defense. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling. That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Parsons against Leonard. Out to Duncan. Parker outside. To the middle. Another shot. Bonner's shot good. Bonner's got his first points in this one. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Now Barea. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Detroit. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Parsons. Ellis outside. Now Chandler inside. That's good.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they're right around 74% as a team from the free throw line to this point of the season.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Duncan with the screen for Parker. He kicks it to Duncan. Leonard attacking. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, Kawhi Leonard drafted 15th overall, Clark, back in 2011. The pick acquired from the Indiana Pacers in a trade for George Hill.
And you know, at the time, Manu Ginobili said that he really didn't agree with the trade, made him angry. He had a real strong relationship with George Hill and liked his game. I'm sure a lot of Spurs fans felt the same way, but even as Hill remains a heck of a player, the Spurs fans have to be happy. As a matter of fact, they are ecstatic with what Kawhi Leonard has been able to do and what he looks like he's going to do for many years to come.
He hits the second from the line.
And Leonard has been a great fit with the Spurs culture. Quiet, low maintenance, hardworking, not one for all the glitz and the glamour. You know, he owns one watch, they say. Just focused on basketball, not the lifestyle that it affords.
Now here's Ellis. He had 22 points in the win against the Pistons in Detroit.
And when you talk about his scoring, Kevin, I mean, with the defense trying to pressure him, I thought he did a really nice job of getting them to overcommit, and you know, that's how he got himself to the free throw line.
And you talk about Leonard's work ethic, instilled in him from his late father, lost tragically when Kawhi was only 16 years old. But his father used to put him to work at his car wash, made him run hills, and really embedded in him the value of hard work. And his dad's influence and legacy lives on in Kawhi.
Ellis right side, shot from 12. Here's Chandler, and he uses the glass on the layup. Chandler's got 5 points so far.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Now here's Parker. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered and respected as a model franchise in the league. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. It's not really flashy or gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach and how precise they play and how much they win.
He's off on the second.
And you look at the Spurs' lack of branding, if you will. It starts from the top down, from Coach Popovich to Tim Duncan. They don't court media attention. They're close to the vest. Ball business, all about winning.
Barea with it, guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. Knocks it loose. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk just for a bit. He talked about the challenge of game planning for Tim Duncan. He said Timmy's one of the best to ever do it on the low block. We've just got to play the percentages, force him to his left, and force him to make tough, contested shots. Guys, even though Duncan isn't a deadly free throw shooter, he knows how to draw contact. They want to avoid getting baited into silly fouls. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And the Spurs look for a certain kind of player, Clark. I know you're interested in this. The players they get are uninterested in the spotlight. Pop calls them guys that have gotten over themselves.
That's a great way to phrase it, because they're others-focused and not self-focused. And that's something that really lends itself well in a culture which glamorizes the I and not the group. And you can see it in the Spurs. They are all about business, and all of the extra stuff is not what appeals to them. They're interested in winning and having fun and enjoying each other, and that's why they're a championship organization and team.
That's a good blueprint.
Yes, it is.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, guys, it was just their night. It seemed like they hit every shot they looked at.
Absolutely. It was just one of those games where the hot shooting of a couple of players eventually just infected everybody.
Morris Diaz checked in for the Spurs. And here on our 2K leaderboard, you see a breakdown of the best free throw shooting centers and power forwards over the past month. Fourth, Dirk Nowitzki.
That's a very confident group of players at the foul line. You know, we've seen a lot of guys at that size struggle from the free throw line, but these are good shooters here.
I want to check you on that now. Not all big guys struggle at the stripe, Steve. I mean, I know you're a little fella, but there are some excellent free throw shooting big men around. None more so than the group here.
Now, here's Diaz. An 11-point game for him in the win against Portland. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too, Clark. We're seeing a lot of assists, really moving. A lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
Both free throws. Good from Green.
Danny Green, a nice find by the Spurs as a 3-and-D role player. And the Spurs always seem to find those kind of guys. A mid-second round pick was Green. He got waived by the Cavs, spent some time playing abroad. Now he holds the record for three-pointers made in the finals.
Now here's Nowitzki. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. Just two to shoot, and it's blocked. Leonard attacking. Here's Parker. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And for Danny Green, guys, a quality defender at either wing position. And, you know, Steve, as you like to say, a floor spacer offensively.
That's right. Two-way guys, Kevin. Two-way players. That's what the playoffs are all about. You think about the success Green has had the last couple of seasons, defending star players at one end, knocking down big threes at the other. Wow, what a player he's become.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
A lot of people thought that Danny Green would build on his play from the 2013 playoffs last season, but was marred by injuries and underwhelming performances from him. Definitely not what he nor Spurs fans were hoping for.
San Antonio trailing here. Parker with it. 5 points in the game. Outside, Green. The feed to Duncan. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. And Danny Green last season, a dip in his field goal and three-point percentage, Clark.
You know, he hit a slump around the middle of the season, but he finished strong. Still a highly efficient scorer in their offense.
Correa with it, covered by Parker. Here's Nowitzki, and the bucket counts, and he's on it. His way to the free throw line, try to make it a three-point play.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
San Antonio making a switch here. Splitters checked in. For Dallas, they have shot just one free throw early. 1 for 1 in the game. And that one falls for Nowitzki. The Mavs have fallen back, Steve, in the West the last 2 years, but they were very much in the hunt this past season.
Well, they were in a battle for the final playoff spot in the West, and then they ended up in the 8th spot and took San Antonio all the way to 7 games. So they did extremely well given the strength of the conference.
Now, here's Diaw. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Leonard with no one around. No good with the triple. Dallas leading by 3. Ellis kicks to Barea. Chandler outside. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
You know, for the Mavs against the West, it was really about them hitting their shots, and they're a very good shooting team, especially when they played against Western Conference opponents.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, to back up what you talked about with the Mavs shooting, I mean, they were one of the best shooting percentage teams in the league, and they did a lot of their damage against the Western Conference, which, as we all know, is the much deeper conference.
And the Mavericks with possession here. It's a 3-point game. Parker with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. It's stolen by Barea. Fast break, Dallas. That is good.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
And that one's good. Parker's got 7.
Boy, don't you just admire that tenacity he shows out on the floor.
Here is Barea, right now averaging 7 points a game. In low to Ellis, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
I tell you what, that's just amazing. Major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Stoudemire's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Spurs trail by 3. Now here's Parker. 7 points in the game. Diaw up top. The 19-foot shot. Barea pulls it in.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Chandler with the screen on Parker. And it's Amino in the corner. 5 on the clock. Barea with it. He's against Splitter. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances. Chances at the free throw line here.
J.J. Barea, quick scoring guard, great attacking off of pick and rolls. And for his size, I'll tell you what, he has an impressive ability to finish around the rim.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Well, he rarely misses from the line. He's at 87% on the year. So as a team, you love to have him on the strike.
We've seen some obvious improvement in his free throw shooting since last year.
Harris is checked in for Ellis. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Mills is checked in. Spurs trail by 5. And for Berea, at just 6 feet, a scrappy defender, Clark. He plays in close, and he's a master of drawing charges.
Yeah, you know, the league actually cracked down on him a little bit. One of the players singled out for flopping. That's mitigated one of his best defensive weapons.
The Mavericks have gone 8 of 11 in the first quarter. They'll take that percentage any night. Chandler with the screen on Parker. Berea. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Berea's got 6.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Parker dishes to Mills. Leonard kicks to Splitter. Chandler with the steal. Berea with it. Diaw on him. Berea, no good. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. Now it's a 7-point Dallas lead.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Now here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Here's Berea. The shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Berea with it, covered by Mills. Berea, no good. Here's Leonard, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now just a 2-point Maverick lead.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Berea kicks to Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire still an efficient scorer, attacking the rim. The problems have been at the defensive end of the floor, where last season he fouled 4 times more than... He blocked a shot. Not a great ratio, so he's got to continue to work defensively.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Rondo's checked in. Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Tony Parker. And both free throws good for Stoudemire. And Amari, he's owed around $45 million over this season and next.
And that's a huge contract. Still a great scorer, but as we discussed, he's got to defend at a better level and rebound at a higher rate to command more minutes on this team, and we'll see if he can make that happen.
Now, here's Diaw. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Shot clock at 3. Fires from the corner. Off the left rim and out. Mavericks leading by 4. Harris kicks to Rondo. Back to Harris. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Rondo's shot is good.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Now here's Ginobili. 11 points last game. Hangs in the air. Splitter, that's good. Splitter's got his first bucket in this one.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
Outside Rondo. Chandler is screen, and it's Rondo penetrating. Almost, but it rolls out.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
And the Mavericks with possession here. after the basket by San Antonio. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And so it's San Antonio with it, trailing by 4. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Diaw, the screen. Here's Mills, banked in off the glass.
They've taken so many shots down there, and they're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today, pound that thing inside.
And Aminu kicks to Rondo. Here's Harris. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Spend your Christmas day with the NBA. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles.
Come on. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 Ps: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
And so here is Dallas. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
Their defense got absolutely destroyed in that game, guys. They weren't closing out on the perimeter shooters. They were allowing people to get into the paint and score from point-blank range. Just an overall abysmal effort.
Yeah, something was missing, no doubt about that. They let an opponent shoot a really high percentage, and that's got to be a concern going forward.
On the court for San Antonio. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. Mills and Manu at the guards. And it's Bellinelli in at the 3 spot. The Mavericks leading. Ellis outside. Over to the left wing. Nowitzki kicks to Ellis. Shot clock at 6. From 12 feet out. San Antonio with the rebound. Ginobili right side. And he hits it to tie the game up. Ginobili's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Spurs. Dallas shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them.
Coach Rick Carlisle is really a competitive guy. He's hardworking, brings a razor-sharp intensity to the job. A former NBA player himself, but he's not what you would call a player's coach. At least he doesn't fit that description as we've become accustomed to hearing it applied. He's not buddy-buddy with this guy. He is clearly all business.
And Rondo sends it back. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. And here are some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. Number 1, Tyson Chandler. The 4th spot held down by Tim Duncan. The Mavericks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Boris Diaw grew up idolizing Magic Johnson and obsessed with passing. And close friend Tony Parker said he didn't care about stats. He was always so unselfish. After being waived by Charlotte for refusing to score more points, Diaw has found a fit with the Spurs. He said, quote, "It was always the team that made the most sense." Kevin?
He had Tony there telling him about their philosophy, Doris. What a great run. What a great run. Thank you. Ginobili gets the bucket.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Nowitzki right side. Jumper off the screen. That one a little long.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Here's Mills, averaging 13 points a contest. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots off the screen. Here's Splitter. Rebounded by Ellis. Mavericks trail by 3. Outside Rondo. Nowitzki sets a screen for Rondo. Nowitzki outside. That's tipped. Soft touch off the glass. Nowitzki's got 9.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Ginobili, here we go. He dishes it to Duncan. That one goes. Count it. Duncan's got the lead up to 3 now for San Antonio.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Dallas calls timeout.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the timeout and give yourself a chance to regroup.
Dallas making a switch here. Correa's checked in. The Spurs also with... The sub, Boris Diaw's checked in for Splitter. Stoudemire outside to the right side. Nowitzki kicks to Ellis. Pass to Barea. Duncan with the block, and they're able to recover. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Cannot hit. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. And here's Mills. And Diaw kicks to Mills. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Ginobili. Stoudemire with the defensive effort.
You know, I get the feeling that Tim Duncan would make a mean poker player. With his reluctance to display emotion on the court, it's pretty clear when he's on the court, the big fundamental is all business. Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Duncan with a screen on Ellis. Ginobili attacking. And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. It's Ginobili outside. That doesn't go either by Ginobili.
And you talk about Duncan's reserved demeanor, snubbed from the All-Star game last season, but you never hear him complain. That's just not how he does things.
Now Barea. He's got 8. Clock at 6. Ellis down low. Bellinelli is covering. Shots good by Ellis. And for Duncan, as respected Clark as he is, you wonder if he's gotten the recognition that he truly deserves.
Well, it's like a lot of things, Kevin. Sometimes you don't truly appreciate it until it's gone. But he's one of the 10 best players of all time in my book. Consistency, high-level performance, championships, every measure you use to evaluate him makes him one of the 10 best to play.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, when you watch Monte Ellis, at least as I watch him, it seems he's always been best as a secondary scorer. We saw it back with the Warriors early in his career, and now playing with Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. He's regaining some of that lethal efficiency.
A different look now for San Antonio. Green, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Joseph comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Parker outside. Duncan right side. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And Ellis creating shots for others in Dallas almost as much as for himself. An attack guard, able to drive and kick. He led the Mavs in assists.
And the signing of Monte Ellis for Dallas, kind of a plan B after some of the bigger name free agents went elsewhere. But thus far, it's been a great fit.
Yeah, you know, Dallas not far from his hometown of Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, he feels valued by the team and appreciated. They're winning. One of the top offensive teams in the league, and that plays well to the strengths of Monte Ellis.
And so he hits both. Well, Tim Duncan, in a lot of ways, the epitome of Steve's substance over style.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin, and both in terms of his game and his personality. I mean, he's just a winner and a leader, but he does it in such a quiet fashion that sometimes people forget to take notice.
Parker passes to Joseph. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Tell you what, he's not going to win any high jump competition, so it's a good thing he doesn't have to go too far to get to the rim.
I'm not sure he could, or any of us could slip a piece of paper under him when he takes off.
Well, it doesn't matter much, though, Kevin, because he's such a big man. I mean, if he gets positioned. Forget about it.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. Here is Barea. 8 points for him. Ellis with a screen on Parker. Parsons attacking. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And when I think about Duncan's leadership, man, I could go on and on. I don't even know if I have enough time, but one of the things that stands out is he's never put himself above his teammates or the staff. And he allows himself to be coached extremely hard by Greg Popovich. He's relentless, dedicated, and in many ways he can lead without saying a word.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Back to Parker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You talk about Duncan allowing Pop to get into him. I think really he's his own toughest critic. As great as he is, he's hard on himself. He's pushed himself to become great. Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
And he knocks down the first one.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. So he gets them both. And for Boris Diaw and Parker, they grew up together and they'd won a gold medal together in the U18 European Championships.
And for 13 years, they've tried to get that second gold medal. But I'll tell you, the quality of play around the world, Kevin, just continues to get tougher and tougher. And France, definitely in that upper echelon.
Kicks it to Diaw. Leonard on the wing. Spurs working the ball around now. Parker with a clean look. It's good from about 19 feet. Parker's got 4 points now in the quarter. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Spurs?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break groups, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, and guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Mavericks trail by 6. Break. With 8 points for him. He's looking for Stoudemire and finds him. Here's Nowitzki. That's good. Nowitzki's got 13 points.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Parker kicks to Duncan. It's stolen by Barea. Drops in the breakaway layup. And now just a 2-point Spurs lead.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Yeah, it's one thing to create a turnover, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, that's even better.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy, just really working hard on the boards.
And out of bounds as the Spurs. Gain possession. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
And I think when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon, I mean, the numbers show that he was a phenomenal defensive player. 3,830 career blocks, two-time Defensive Player of the Year. And I think you put him alongside greats like Bill Russell, who played before blocks were actually recorded, of course. But you put Olajuwon up near Russell in terms of maybe greatest interior defenders of all time.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs are again the defending NBA champs. One key to their success, Tony Parker said, we had to sacrifice and take less money. That's what it takes to win championships. It's just the family atmosphere here. Deep down, I know Pop will take care of me until the end of my career. Guys, it comes back to that connection.
Yeah, trust and commitment is really a staple of their organization. Thanks, Doris. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. Hits it from three-point range. Green's got 5 now.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Barea kicks to Harris. Lets it go from 11. And Splitter pulls it down. Splitter's got 8 rebounds in this game.
We haven't seen them get to the free throw line like they did in the first quarter.
Well, you can't get to the line if you're going to settle for jump shots. I mean, somebody's got to be aggressive and take it to the rack.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Parsons on the wing. Out to the right wing. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Manu Ginobili. He's checked in for Splitter.
Into the lineup of the Spurs.
1:51 left here in the second. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Parsons. Tries again. Chandler, no good.
Now, slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
San Antonio with the rebound. 1:21 left to play in the first half. Parker kicks to Ginobili. And here's Green outside. Cannot hit. And it's Dallas the other way.
Even as the Spurs continue to grow older, it's really hard to write them off. I mean, it's incredible how long this team has been ruling the roost in the West and contending for championships.
And that one's good. And that's now 7 points for Tyson Chandler.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Here's Parker. A stupendous finish in traffic. Parker's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Spurs.
You know, there aren't many guys like him, players who can accelerate to the rim and finish with a flourish more often than not.
Here's Barea. And Leonard with the block.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark, bring it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes, sir.
Barea dishes to Chandler. Barea with it. He's against Parker. Barea, no good.
He's got to contribute. He's got to produce if his team's going to get back in it in this quarter.
Now here's Ginobili. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. And now it's an 11-point San Antonio lead. And the first half is now in the books. Spurs lead by 11. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Tony, you guys have seemed to be in a good groove lately. Taking a broader look at the season, what's important for this team to have success this year?
To stay healthy. I like our chances this year. Our young guys got a lot of experience, and we play good basketball right now, so hopefully we can stay healthy and play good at the end of the season.
Tony, thank you as always. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. Welcome back. Back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. It's been a clinic from Tony Parker.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
Mavericks trailed by 11. The forwards are Parsons and Dirk. J.J. Barea is out there with Ellis. And it's Chandler in at the 5. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Nowitzki. Tony Parker grabs the miss.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Kawhi Leonard has been talked about and mentioned as the future of this San Antonio Spurs team. 23 years old is all he is, and already a great defender and a much improved shooter from his days at San Diego State.
And for Kawhi Leonard, we know about his defense, but you think, Steve, he can become a go-to offensive player?
Well, he's going to need to, Kevin, when Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan move on. This is going to be Kawhi Leonard's team, and I thought what was interesting was the Spurs gave him more of a burden last year offensively. They started to give him more and more looks isolation-wise down on the block, and he's developed at a beautiful rate. He's coming into his own.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, so smart, a former foreign intelligence officer during the Cold War. If he's a little tight-lipped with the media, maybe that's the reason why.
A nice shot by Barea. Here's Parker. Screen by Duncan. Parker passes to Duncan. There's Green with the three, and that comes off the assist by Duncan. Green's got 8 points. And Popovich, back in the 70s, toured Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union with the U.S. Armed Forces team. He speaks Serbian and Russian.
Yeah, no surprise that, Kevin, given his experience abroad, that he helped make the Spurs real trendsetters as far as international scouting.
Mavericks trailed by 14. Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Connects in the foul line jumper. 15 points in the game.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
San Antonio's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. It's Parker with the drive. Here's Bonner. The high post shot, and it's sent back by Nowitzki. Ellis dishes to Barea. Oh, that's blocked. Spurs leading by 12. Leonard the pass to Green. Rebounded by Ellis. Ellis has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Feeds it to Nowitzki. Dishes it to Chandler. Parsons on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Drills the baseline jumper. Parsons got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
Yeah, look at the numbers. 6 of the last 10 points have come by way of that jump shot, Clark.
Duncan with the screen for Parker. Banked in off the glass. Parker's got 21 in the game.
Of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Dallas calls timeout.
He just isn't pleased at all with the looks they've given up defensively inside. So I think this timeout is all about trying to get his group to tighten up defensively.
They just don't look very sharp to me on the defensive side.
And one of the trademarks of the many best point guards in the league, their ability to score in addition to distribute. So here now a look at the top scoring point guards this season. 5th is Tony Parker.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and deliver the offense in addition to running the offense. What a star-studded bunch of players.
Yeah, I agree with you. The thing that to me makes these guys special, Steve, is that they can do so many things to enable and help their offense. And not all point guards in the league have the unique combination of skills to produce that these guys do. And they've done it on a night-in, night-out basis, and I've marveled at their consistency as well.
It's interesting that the Mavs almost exclusively built through free agency. Now, they make draft picks, but they always seem to have a hand in free agency come July.
Well, Clark, you look back at some of the big names they were rumored to be in on, like Deron Williams and Dwight Howard. Those 2 names come to mind.
And they missed out on them, but they've always been very good about remaining flexible when they need to be with the salary cap.
The dish to Green. Leonard kicks to Green. Spurs passing it around. Green with a screen for Duncan. It's Parker with the drive. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
Once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack it.
The Spurs have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Free throw drops in for Tony Parker.
Tremendous output from Parker.
He's got 24 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Ellis. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. Parker kicks to Duncan. Parker outside. Duncan with the screen for Parker. And there's the feed to Bonner. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Well, you talk about the great European players in NBA history. Dirk Nowitzki, Steve, has to be right at the top of the list.
Well, without question. And another distinction, for Dirk is he's possibly the greatest 7-foot shooter in basketball history. Actually, I think he is. And then with that high release, his jumper is about the closest thing to an unblockable shot as we've seen, since maybe the sky hook back in the day.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Stoudemire's checked in for Chandler. Rajon Rondo subbed in for J.J. Barea.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
You mentioned the sky hook. Dirk has actually been working on a version of that shot with his lifelong German trainer. Still tinkering with his game and looking to add to it even now. And he's surely going to be a Hall of Famer. That's part of the reason why he doesn't stop working on improvement.
Well, Nowitzki has a game that's aging so well with his size and touch. He says in the offseason he trains more just on lower body strength than he does on shooting skills, trying to keep that great platform for his shot.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Back to Parker. Jacks up a 3, and that comes off the assist by Duncan. Duncan's got 3 assists in the game.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Nowitzki with the screen on Parker. Rondo dishes to Nowitzki. San Antonio with the rebound. Duncan's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Mavericks trail by 13. And here's Rondo, averaging 9 points per contest. Nowitzki sets a screen for Rondo. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a... chance to make it 3.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win. Every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Splitter is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for Bonner. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. Double team on Parker. Looking for Splitter. He gets it there. Takes a 3. That's good from Ginobili on the assist by Splitter. Ginobili's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs. The Mavericks have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Well, going into last season, Tiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people questioned the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile, he can pass, he can defend, and even though his numbers were down a little bit last year, he made tremendous impact just in terms of their interior play.
Dallas calls timeout.
And Splitter clearly, when you look at him offensively, is not a floor spacer. He's a guy who's going to finish inside. He's going to set solid screens. Even though he plays close to the basket, his field goal percentage dropped by almost 10% over the last couple of seasons. He was once superb in that area. Now he's just rock solid. But with the Spurs, in his role, rock solid is good enough. Over the last month, let's see how the Mavericks fared in the NBA rankings. First in opponent shooting percentage, second in field goal percentage, and they're ranked third overall in team offense. This is a team that knows how to put the ball in the basket, and really that's their strong suit.
And Clark, let's talk about that defense. I mean, number one in the league in field goal percentage. You talked about it. They're just smothering. They really get after you. They try to attack you. They close out. They rotate well, and they're constantly covering up for one another.
Rondo drives in, blocked.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Splitter still shooting over 90% of his shots in the paint, but less effective down low. Injuries perhaps a factor. We'll see if he can bounce back.
Here's Rondo, and the layup falls. Rondo's got 4 points this quarter.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Spurs leading by 12. Ginobili outside. They set the pick to the inside. Splitter. Out to Parker. Spurs passing it around. Now here's Diaw. Defense is right there. Double team on Parker. Into Diaw. Another shot. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
Well, they're getting into the paint with their penetration, and it's really been key for this club.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
Rondo against Parker. That's good. 8 points for Rajon Rondo.
Tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
San Antonio's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Diaw, the screen. It's Parker with the drive. Ginobili kicks to Diaw. Parker with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Off the pick. That one wide left. Mavericks trailed by 13. Passes to Stoudemire. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And that's now 6 points for Stoudemire. For San Antonio, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Parker kicks to Splitter. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one is on Stoudemire.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
And the first one drops. Devin Harris is checked in for Ellis. Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio. Good on both.
Well, the Spurs clearly an influential organization in the NBA. So many individuals who've worked in San Antonio, whether it be as players, assistant coaches, or in the front office, have gone on to leadership roles on other NBA teams. I think that speaks volumes to what that group has been able to do in winning at a high level.
That's his first personal foul, 5th team foul.
And you look at all the head coaches and front office executives who have come out of The Spurs organization, they are sprinkled guys throughout the NBA. And, Steve, almost half the teams in the league have some kind of fingerprint from the Spurs.
Well, it's a copycat league, and, the Spurs winning culture, all the cross-pollinating that goes on in the NBA and the relationships. And I think in the end, the result is good. For the league. You want as many well-run franchises as possible.
Well, it's been said about Rajon Rondo that he's the smartest guy in the room and also might be the most stubborn. He's got a terrific IQ for the game, but he's opinionated. We've seen him butt heads with coaches in high school, college, and the pros, but that certainly doesn't take away from his greatness. He's a winner, a champion, and a terrific point guard.
Well, you're right. It has fueled his rise, whether it was at Kentucky, growing up in Louisville, or certainly playing with the Boston Celtics. Among some very important players, Hall of Famers like Allen and Garnett and Paul Pierce. He may have needed a little bit of that just to kind of clear the clutter and show that he could be elite. Nice work there coming off the screen. Mills has got his second bucket of the night.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter. Kevin.
Outside Rondo. He feeds it to Stoudemire.
And Rondo has said he'd like to be a coach when his playing days are done, despite his dust-ups with former coach Doc Rivers. He says he studied his ways and learned a lot from him. Definitely a lot of respect there.
Shot by Joseph, no good.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Rondo passes to Stoudemire. And it's Harris off the drive. 6 on the shot clock. Rondo kicks to Stoudemire. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his third assist on the night. And Rondo had said that his knee injury has made him humbler and certainly more appreciative of the NBA and his God-given gifts and not skipping steps in his approach now to the game.
Yeah, but he did skip a flight with the Celtics last season. He stayed in L.A. to celebrate his birthday. That's not exactly how you want to go about your work.
Harris outside. Back to Rondo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Clark, this is the bleak at times, and they didn't finish where they wanted to, but the Mavs did sneak into the postseason last year with a very strong push.
And they took the Spurs to 7 games in that first round. A tough schedule for them at the end of the season, but they fought through it and got back to the playoffs. Very impressive.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Dallas. And San Antonio also making a switch. Baines is checked in.
And for the Mavs, when they did get to the postseason, they give San Antonio everything they could handle, taking them the distance to 7 games.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, you knew if the Mavs got to the playoffs, they'd be tough, even as an 8 seed. There was just so much playoff experience on that team that it took a very good Spurs team playing at a high level to get by the Mavericks in that first round.
Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio.
Well, I had a chance to check out stats for Rajon Rondo. Some good work from him over the last 10 games. Averaging 9 points per game, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. They've been able to count on him to run the show offensively, which he's done with his sensational passing.
Yeah, he's been setting them up with a lot of easy baskets, room service dimes. We call them, one great look after another coming off of his passes.
Diaw, the screen. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Outside Rondo. Chandler with a screen for Rondo. Stoudemire inside. 10 points for him. Dallas again missing. Spurs leading by 11. Here's Joseph. And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. And the 3 off target.
Boy, he'd like to have that one back.
Now Rondo. 8 points for him. Here's Stoudemire. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. San Antonio's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Pass to Bellinelli. He kicks it to Joseph. Diaw with it. Right now averaging 7 points a game. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Diaw's got 5 points now in the quarter. Rondo with it. 11-point game. The pass to Chandler. Here's Diaw. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's San Antonio up 11. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return.
Spend your Christmas day with the NBA.
So it's the Spurs now. Here's Mills on the floor for San Antonio, starting the 4th quarter. Bellinelli is out there with Boris Diaw. And it's Green, and it's Mills, and it's Baines in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And stolen by Nowitzki. Now here is Harris. Now the feed to Barea. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Harris. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
7 seconds.
Here's Chandler. 5 to shoot. Puts up a 3, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Spurs leading by 11. And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Mills dishes to Diao. Clock at 6. Mills in the corner. It's stolen by Barea. One-on-one here. Poked loose. Here's Ellis. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. That's now 8 points for Monte Ellis.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Pass to Green. Out left to the wing. 5 to shoot. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went over. Right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over anxious that time.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Leonard attacking and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Looking at the game for Kawhi Leonard, he has 12 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
That free throw good from Leonard.
It's happened before, and we've seen it happen again. The Spurs were the best team in the West last season and secured the top seed, not only in the West, but throughout the NBA.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Steve, the Spurs adding another banner last season as they finished with the best record in the Western Conference. 38 wins in conference play helped them with that.
Really, it's the fact that with their offense and the discipline they play with, they're going to cause trouble for any team playing any style. And I didn't think there was anybody out west that the Spurs feared.
Ellis, the pass to Nowitzki. And Boris Diaw. Picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Dallas making a switch here. Parsons is checked in.
Checking in for your Mavericks. Chandler Parsons.
Here's Barea. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Parker kicks to Leonard. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 5 assists tonight.
Tell you what, they haven't exactly been shy about letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
You know, Steve, if you have the lead, you can afford to be a little comfortable with the 3-point shots. You just don't want to fall too much in love with it.
Spurs leading by 11. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Parker. Leonard on the wing. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Diao. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Parsons' shot is off. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Green kicks to Diao. Spurs working the ball around now. Parker outside. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Parker's got 12 points in just the second half. Mavericks trail by 13. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Boris Diaw picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
It's his 4th foul, and I'm sure he picked it up a little earlier than he would have liked.
Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Matt Bonner comes in for Boris Diaw. Chandler dishes to Nowitzki. Shot clock at 6. And the miss by Parsons. Spurs leading by 13. Parker outside. Leonard the pass to Green. Back to Leonard from deep. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Parsons got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's Barea to the right side. The 19-foot shot, and it's Nowitzki missing.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Leonard kicks to Parker. Duncan inside. Covered by Parsons, and the shot is good. And that's now 10 points for Tim Duncan.
You know, his shot's been pretty accurate today, but he has not had his usual share of opportunities.
Now Barea. Nowitzki with the screen on Green. And it's Ellis penetrating. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Parker dishes to Bonner. Here's Leonard. Another miss by Leonard. Mavericks trail by 13. Barea the pass to Ellis. Nowitzki sets a screen for Ellis. Barea. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
San Antonio's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Leonard kicks to Green. Parker up top, guarded by Barea. Back to Green. Leonard on the wing. In low to Duncan. Chandler with the steal. Barea with it. Parsons outside. Shoots the 3. Here's Nowitzki. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. San Antonio leading by 11. Here's Green. Cans it from short range.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Maverick shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Here's Ellis. Here's Chandler. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Take a look at what Chandler's done. He has 9 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Well, he's been playing a very energetic brand of defense, Clark. You got to love it.
Parker kicks to Bonner. Back to Parker. Launches it. That's good. Parker's got 34 points.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Barea dishes to Ellis. Nowitzki with the screen on Green. Ellis the pass to Nowitzki. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. San Antonio leading by 13. Leonard kicks to Green. Green missing again.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Here's Barea. And the dunk by Chandler.
Carving out some space and eating a little glass at the offensive end while he's doing it.
You got it with a ferocious foul.
Yeah, but just another day at the office for him. That's what he does.
San Antonio calls timeout. Well, we've all seen what Tyson Chandler can accomplish when healthy, and that is some kind of force.
Yeah, you know, maybe the best stretch of his career was at the start of the decade, a 2011 title with the Mavericks. 2012, he got a gold medal in London and was the Defensive Player of the Year in the league. And in 2013, an All-Star. I mean, that's a pretty strong three-season run.
A different look now for San Antonio. Boris Diaz checked in for Matt Bonnet. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
Well, Tyson Chandler has battled injury throughout his career. He had the bulged disc in his neck that hindered him for parts of last season. And I think that was a big reason for the Knicks' struggles.
Look at Chandler, and when he's healthy, he's a terrific rim protector inside and pretty good finisher around the rim, too, offensively. He's excellent as a screener in pick and rolls. It'll be interesting to see if he can get back to that peak level.
Boris Diaw, pretty unique player in the NBA. Came into the league as a passing point forward, but became a small forward and then really a four. But he's a crafty passer, and he can score a little bit from the outside. Very difficult player to guard.
And you look at Diaw playing the four. Some have criticized his conditioning, but he has the size to hold his ground, that's for sure, on the low block.
Yeah, you can't move him out of there. He's a good post defender because he's strong and smart. Not as good moving in space, though. Lacks a little lateral quickness. And he's a below-average rebounder, so it's good to pair him with somebody that does glass eat.
And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
Mavericks trail by 13. Here is Barea. Nowitzki with the screen on Parker. And here's Ellis for three. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 8 rebounds in this game. Now here's Parker. Duncan right side. Back to Parker. Clock at 6. Leonard attacking. Fades and shoots. Kicks it out to Ginobili. Feeds to Parker. Dishes it to Leonard. In the corner, it's Ginobili. Fires the three. Chandler with the rebound. The Maverick shooting in this game, 45%. Ellis wide open. Cans it from downtown. Ellis has got 7 points here in this quarter.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Ginobili against Ellis. And here is Ginobili. Duncan outside. The Mavericks pull it in. Ellis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Nowitzki himself. The lead now cut to single digits. Nowitzki's got 11 in the second half.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
Now here's Parker, guarded by Barea. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Ginobili outside. Back to Parker. Parker double teamed. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Ellis goes in. The dish to Barea. Chandler with the screen on Parker. And Boris Diaw picks up the foul. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, will be headed to the free throw line.
Take a look at what Parsons been doing. He's got 10 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible. Boy, they needed those 2 free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance now.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Shoots from 8, and that one's good. Duncan's got 4 points this quarter.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
Dallas calls timeout. They're losing by 8. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Spurs making a switch here. Green's checked in. Here's Barea. No good on the quick 3.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Now here's Parker, guarded closely. Green dishes to Leonard. Can't get it to go. Now Dallas takes it the other way. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Green. Parker outside. Leonard kicks to Parker. Money from the wing. Parker's got 36.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted to win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
San Antonio's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. And that'll be San Antonio. As it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Splitter is checked in for Duncan, and it's Joseph in for Parker. Green kicks to Splitter. They kick it out to Green, passes it to Diaw. Outside Leonard. And so it's San Antonio with the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Well, Tony, congratulations on the victory tonight. You made a lot of things happen out here on the court to get everyone involved.
It's the whole team. It's not just me. The whole team did great. We played great defense. And in offense, we moved the ball, took good shots. We were shooting the ball well.
Tony, thanks for the time. Guys, always a humbleness to this group.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Parker.
Yeah, another one of them flip mode joints. Bust the vibes, y'all. Word mother, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Just swing to the left, swing to the right. Make it feel good, make it feel alright. One time, feel good, yeah, y'all. Bust the vibes in the place, y'all. Nigga, you feel real good, y'all. Flip mode, the squad my ones. Floss a little, invest up in the mutual fund. Blowing the horn, a sense of every day I was born. Never dream I see it landscaping my lawn. Dangerous, be accurate. Have to get the flow be so immaculate. Hey yo, watching my dough. Sipping it slow, them pretty saying hello. Anyway, go ahead and display your olive olay. Little honey dip whipping a little cabriolet. I don't mean to hold you up, but I got something to say. Swear to only give you hot every day. Afraid of us, you know this ain't a game to us. You strange to us, that's when we getting dangerous. Come on. This is serious. We could make you delirious. You should have a healthy fear of us. Cause too much of us is dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. My flip mode squad is dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. My whole entire unit is dangerous. Hold your breath, we swinging it from right to left. With the wide cleft, be hot to death. Staying alive, you know only the strongest survive. Holding my heat under my seat, whipping the fire. Baseline for all of my people moving around. Give me your pound, all of my holding it down. Cutting you up, the new rocking you up. My black hole, sucking you up. Back in the days, used to be down. Now I'm holding several money market accounts. Blaze the street, and then I would just like to announce. Feeling my groove, my jigger, making you bounce. Others is fair, me and my breaking the bread. Straight getting it, we got holding your head, afraid of us. You know this ain't the game to us. You strange to us. That's when we getting dangerous. Come on. This is serious. We could make you delirious. You should have a healthy fear of us. Cause too much of us is dangerous. So dangerous. We so dangerous. My flip mode squad is dangerous. We so dangerous. We so dangerous. My whole entire unit is dangerous. Come on. One time, y'all. Throw your hands real high, y'all. Rocking the beat, step up in the take me to my reserve seat. Coming around, all them surround me. So much to drown me, making feeling the funk, blazing. Stay hitting with that blow a hole in your trunk. Afraid of us, you know this ain't the game to us. You strange to us, that's when we getting dangerous. Come on. This is serious. We could make you delirious. You should have a healthy fear of us. Cause too much of us is dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. My flip mode squad is dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. My whole entire unit is dangerous. Come on.